Hi, everyone. It's Peter Kraut of Silverstock Investor with another episode of the Patered podcast, where we interview management of companies that we recommend, but also personally own, track, and report on. And today I'm joined by Mark Ayranto, President and CEO of Silverco. Mark, thanks for speaking with us and looking forward to our chat.
Peter, great to see you again. It's a real pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
So, Mark, let's jump right into it. Can you give us a quick intro on Silverco and how we got where we are, which was quite far in just the first 6 weeks of trading?
Yeah, pleasure too, Peter. I think I'll start out by saying Silverco, its trading symbol on the TSX Venture Exchange is SICO. Uh, we are looking to do an OTC listing here in Q1 of next year, but currently we're on the Venture Exchange. We've got 32.6 million shares outstanding. As you have mentioned, we've been trading for, I think, just under 6 weeks now. We have a market cap as of yesterday's close, about 220 million. So we've had a good start out of the gate, but we're still a bit behind some of our peers, and we're looking to close that gap as quickly as we can. But Silverco has been around privately for 18 months prior to going public. We'd acquired the Cusi mining complex in Chihuahua, Mexico, which is north central Mexico. And that's an asset that is a silver lead zinc past producer. It was producing as recently as 2023 and has got like 85% plus silver by metal value. And we acquired that back in 2024. Since then, we've been doing a bunch of value add things. We've added some land package and we've done 20,000 meters of drilling, most of which, or a lot of which, has now been announced to the public since going live here 6 weeks ago.
Excellent. So, Mark, to follow up on that, you recently announced a mineral resource update. Maybe you can tell us a bit more about that. It was a significant increase. Let's start there.
Yeah, we had, when we acquired the property, there was a historic resource of 66 million ounces, most of which was in the M&I category, grading about 215 grams per ton silver equivalent. That was historic, obviously. So we've been busy validating that resource as well as adding to it with the drilling that we've done in the last 2 years. So I think it was just earlier this week, we announced the updated resource uh, is 42 million shares, or 41 million, sorry, ounces at 262 grams per ton silver equivalent in the M&I category. And we've got 32 million shares in the inferred category at 243 grams per ton.
Just to jump in, Mark, sorry, you mean 32 million ounces in the inferred.
I'm sorry,
That's all right.
that is correct.
Not a
Um,
worry. Sure.
so it's a big increase. Importantly, we validated the resource, the historic one, as well. We netted out the ounces that had been depleted when it was mined between 2020 and 2023. We tightened up on the cutoff grade, as well as on the inferred ounces. We significantly tightened up the search ellipsoids um, that really add a lot of confidence to those inferred ounces. Um, so we had a 20%, 28% increase in the M&I ounces after we accounted for depletion. So we added about 9 million ounces based off the historic resource. We did 22% grade increase. So we went from 215 grams per ton silver equivalent to 262 grams per ton silver equivalent. We did a 9% increase in tonnage and a 70% increase in the inferred ounces. So it's been really strong. We announced that a few days ago. The market response has been very good, and we've been really impressed with both the results that we were able to do in such a short time, and the the quality it adds for our restart plan here coming up in Q1 of next year.
So this updated resource really has shown improvements on multiple facets. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what it means. So I know that there's a restart plan that's expected to be published probably next quarter. What does this updated resource and obviously improved one mean for that restart plan?
Yeah, it's really led to what's going to be, we believe, a strong restart plan in Q1, with the aim to restart underground mining here in Q2 or perhaps early Q3. But it does, the mineral resource obviously feeds into the mine plan of that restart. And it's a couple things we've really been able to confirm. Promontorio, which was the most recent mining area back in 2023, has some really good grades to it. We've identified average measured grade of over 300 grams per ton and measured and indicated just under 300 grams per ton silver equivalent. So that's where we're going to restart mining operations initially. So it sets us up for some really good grade. And then further to the south, we've been focused on with exploration on the San Miguel claims. These are inset claims that were able to acquire separately from the broader package, and has not received much attention until we started drilling in 2024. And we've known it's got some good grades and some good widths. And I think last time I was on here, I was probably arm waving that it could be 20 million ounces. Well, in this mineral resource estimate, we've already got 11 million ounces in the M&I category, and we've got 16 million ounces in the inferred category. So it's really exceeded expectations. Not only is it bigger widths and good grade overall, it seems to be expanding at depth, which is fantastic for mining operations and kind of bulk tunning it. So in the restart plan, as I mentioned, we will start with Promontorio, where we're seeing and confirming some of these high grades really close to our initial stopes. And then we will get working on underground development at San Miguel and really have an opportunity to capitalize on what is turning out to be just a fantastic addition to the overall mining. I forget the exact number, but it's over 33% of the entire resource now has been identified at San Miguel. So it's really sets us up well for success. It's a reminder, the restart plan, we've got a 1,200 ton per day mill currently. So we'll be able to feed that quite easily with the multiple zones. And with the higher grade and increasing throughput, we expect to see some really good results come out of the restart plan. As I mentioned, that will come out in Q1 of 2026.
Great. Now, one thing I did want to highlight, if I have this right, there's some drilling that didn't make it into the updated resource, and I believe a lot or some or a lot of that is from San Miguel. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Peter, in the mineral resource estimate, as you're doing these things, you need to get on with them. So at some point you work with the assay results you have. So we, in the mineral resource estimate, we added drilling. It was about 11,500 meters of drilling from all the drilling we did in 2024 and some of the drilling that we did in 2025. We still have about 9,000 meters of drilling that will come out in the news. But importantly, we had some really good results that did not make it into the mineral resource estimate, but that we have now news released to the market. And this is mostly at San Miguel. And you've got like 220 grams over almost 9 meters. You've got 275 grams over 12 meters. We've got another 175 meters over grams per ton over 11 meters. And this is really what we're seeing is at depth. This is blowing out. So these are all post the MRE. Like I say, we got 9,000 meters that will go into an updated MRE in 2026. We'll do obviously more drilling in 2026, but we think even with the results that are still coming in, we'll have a significant increase to an updated MRE sometime next year. And our plan for a while now has been 15 million ounces in a mineable resource, 100 million ounces in global resource, and 200 million ounces in drill-ready targets. And it seemed to be an ambitious plan, but I really think we're on track for that with everything we're doing in 2026.
So, great point. Speaking of 2026, we're heading into the year very soon now. Maybe you can talk a little bit to what some of the catalysts might be, what we can look forward to, news flow, and so on.
Yeah, we're going to have a busy year. I mean, if I just look back on what we've done already in 2025, I just yesterday counted the number of news releases. And since October, we've put out 10 news releases. So we've been busy. 2026, we want the same. So there's a lot of news flow going to happen. I think there's a lot of catalysts for inflection points for investors. End of the day, that's really why we're here. So in Q1, we're going to put out the restart plan for the Kusi Mine Complex. That will show the production profile, the initial capital, which we think will be modest, the all-in sustaining cost per ounce, and then the resulting economics, of course. Also in Q1, we are aiming to get an OTC listing so that our American counterparts can join in and be part of Silverco Mining. In Q2, or perhaps late Q3, we will restart mining operations. We'll be ramping up operations from Q3 to Q4. We'll also be, we're hoping to hit commercial production by the end of 2026, so we'll call that in sometime in Q4. We're going to announce a 2026 exploration program that will run throughout the year. That'll be some surface drilling like we've had in 2025, as well as some underground drilling. And then a mineral resource estimate update, we're aiming for Q4 of 2026. So lots of news flow and stuff in between there, obviously, as we get results in. And then, as you know, Peter, our overall aim is to be a 10 million ounce a year producer within 3 years. So that would be October 2028. And we're working very diligently on some M&A. And hopefully we've got some news there sometime in 2026 as well.
Wow, so it's going to be a very big year, transformational year, I think, maybe a good way to put it for 2026. Plenty of news flow. You're going to be very busy. Not that you're not busy enough already. Thanks for that. That really summarizes well what investors and viewers have to look forward to. Mark, as you know, we like to end these talks with on a bit of a lighter note. I think you have an anecdote you'd like to maybe share with us, or some kind of a thought that you think is well placed for where you stand right now.
Yeah, there's kind of a famous quote, one step at a time, that often gets ascribed to Sir Edmund Hillary when asked about climbing, how best to climb Mount Everest. And I'm not sure the quote is perfectly applied, but it's a great one, because you take the mountain, there's a lot of complexity that the task at hand is enormous. It's fraught with technical skills and risk, whether you're climbing these steep routes where you need ladders and you need harnesses and ropes, or you're just overall exposed to significant risk. And really skilled tacticians like Sir Edmund Hillary take all that complexity, all the noise, and get the team to break it down into very simple and importantly, very executable steps. And really that's the premise of one step at a time, because really that's how you get to the top. There's a lot of other sayings that go, but I do like that one step at a time. And I think it's very applicable both to mining and a lot of times applicable to life as well. So It's one that comes to mind to me often.
I like that. I think you're right. Very appropriate in general, but certainly to Silverco and where we stand right now and what we have to look forward to. Mark, that was a great update. Really appreciate your time, and we'll certainly be watching very closely, for ongoing news, catalyst development, and look forward to catching up again soon. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it, Peter. And as I mentioned, the ticker's SICO, and our website is silvercomining.com. Anybody interested, please come check us out. It's a real pleasure, Peter.
Thank you.